What's up, everybody? We finally have some Star Wars gaming news. Yes, it's come in drips and drabs over the spring and early summer, but this summer went out with a bang with some updates. First, the bad. A lot of fans, including myself, were chomping at the bit when it was confirmed that there would be a LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga update at this year's GameCon. I sat there while in the midst of building an IKEA wardrobe and took a moment to watch the latest trailer, while coming to the end, held my breath, hoping to see that release date. Unfortunately, my worst fears happened when we got that infamous spring 2022. So after my initial devastation, I looked at the trailer again, and if this is how the game is going to be rendered and look, I think it's going to be amazing. I made it no secret that this was going to be my first introduction to the LEGO gaming universe. I figured, why not? Didn't realize I'd be waiting for nearly 2 years, but it looks like it'll be worth the wait, and I have faith in TT Games. Hopefully their social accounts will be more active than they have been in the last year. But all we can do is wait, and I really do hope and genuinely feel it will be worth the wait. Moving on, we had a shock at the 2021 PlayStation Showcase where Aspyr released a KOTOR trailer. I collectively lost my mind as the minute I heard that woman's voice, I knew that was Jennifer Hale. Jennifer Hale was the original voice of Bastila Shan in the 2003 Knights of the Old Republic. I'm so happy that she was back, and I mean, it was her voice performance that helped sell what has been cited as one of the best stories in Star Wars. It made me chuckle, though, that it's a PS5 and PC exclusive, whereas the original was an Xbox and PC exclusive back in 2003. So needless to say, this was my Luke appearing in Mando level type of hype, and I was absolutely over the moon. It sounds like the story is very much staying in place, which was a big concern of mine, and I'm really glad. I do hope they keep a lot of the sound points. But the game mechanics are being rebuilt from the ground up. I'm hoping they will go for more of a Mass Effect-like way, where you very much have the sort of RPG story feel, but it's not turn-based. I think I'm also excited for all the worlds to be in next-gen rendering. Like, I don't know if it'll be an Unreal Engine 4 or 5, but I mean, seeing places like Terrace or the Wrathghouls could be absolutely terrifying. Dantooine, Moraband, the list goes on. Of course, the question of canon will always come into play, as this is technically before the time of the High Republic now. But I think what they will do is do some nods and have some crossguard lightsabers and things like that, so it feels included into the universe, but I don't feel it has to fit in a timeline, because I think that's also what's relevant to the story. How you play and choose your characters and Revan and things like that. You can't have a canon story, basically. But I'm very excited. It's very early days. I'm also excited to have it, come to a new generation of players, because it has nearly been 20 years. So I'm also excited for one of the writers. So we'll have some female and LGBTQ plus representation. I know there was a character way back in 2003 that kind of hinted at a lesbian relationship, but it just never was played on, whereas obviously Mass Effect several years later just kicked that door open. I'm hoping maybe that will come down the line with this Knights of the Old Republic remake. Who knows? But as I said, I'm very excited as someone who is a die-hard fan of the original. I'm not too worried. Maybe I'm a bit more open-minded. I'm not sure, but I think it'll be in good hands. And it looks like BioWare and Aspyr have kind of blessed each other over social media. So I think it's going to be great. And then finally, we got some gameplay in the background of the Apple event, along with Zynga releasing a cinematic trailer for Star Wars Hunters. More and more, I'm excited for this game for just some silly fun to unwind. Not every game has to be, 65 plus hours, story-based, which is fine. I feel like, especially Star Wars games, they need to be for all audiences. So if this isn't your cup of tea, that's absolutely cool. You know what? Star Wars Squadrons, I played it. I wanted to give it a go. I'm terrible at first person, and, it wasn't my thing. I tried it. it, and it's going to be the same for this one. There's still not a lot known about this game, but what we do know is it's a 4v4 player game in area combat. So at first it looked like we were going to be going to places that were like Hoth, but it actually wasn't Hoth and things like that. Well, now looking at some key art, I feel the reason for this is because they aren't. They are in quote themed arenas, so it's gonna look like it's Hoth, but you're not technically in Hoth. Like we kind of saw at the end of the cinematic trailer, you're seeing different arenas based in Tatooine and Hoth, or inspired looking planets. But I mean, there's still lots going on with this game. It's still, again, early days. It is free to play, but it definitely looks like you can pay for cosmetics and things. I don't think it's going to be pay to win. I don't think you're going to get any special boosts or things like that. I think those days, hopefully those days are gone with all the loot crate kind of controversy in the last couple of years. I think in Fortnite having such a great model and being kind of the forefront of this, and maybe Apex Legends as well. I apologize, I've never really played Apex Legends. It seems like people now will pay for cosmetics, and that's how you kind of get your premium based content. But that's really it for today's video. I know it's been a hot minute, but I really just wanted to wait until there was several things to kind of update, much like I did kind of in my January, February, when we had all those announcements from Lucasfilm games being announced and so on and so forth. That's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments below, are you excited about any of these announcements and trailers? Were you just as devastated in the Lego Star Wars news as I am? Let me know. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Shenanigan Plays, and follow me on Twitch for my live streams of all things Star Wars gaming. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.